Good morning, guys. Sorry about the weird light, but it's 7 a.m. It's not even it's not even 7 a.m. yet. We've been out on the morning run, and I know I haven't run in a while. I did 4K now, and I know in about an hour's time I feel so great about doing the run, but no, I feel like puking. But we're getting back into it. Good morning.
Okay, check this out. See how dark it is here. I have the lights on in my studio. These are the recommended settings for video. Which means my studio doesn't have enough lights for the recommended settings for the video in the Canon 70D. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get some lights here. I don't know how to, because I film here all the time. So, let's change the settings. Hold on a second. Okay, now we're on the, unfortunately, the automatic settings of the camera. I don't really like using them when I'm filming like this. I don't mind if I'm on the go and I have to get something filmed quickly, that's fine, but this I don't like. Just a little bit of camera stuff for those of you interested. Anyway, today I'm suffering from a cough, but I'm struggling through it. Today is a songwriting day. I was hoping it'd be also a studio day, but we might be tomorrow before I get to the studio day. But I'm going to put a demo down anyway of the song that I just wrote. Usually, a lot of you know my songs are pretty fast. I don't spend too much time on it. But this one put up a fight. This one put up a really big fight. I actually have probably 3 different sets of lyrics for the song. And the last one kind of felt right. So, you know, that's just the way sometimes it goes. And I did feel a couple of times in the middle of it, just, we'll leave it and I'll do it tomorrow. It'll be a bit rushed tomorrow, but sorry that it's not happening today. But just to prove the point, once again, it did pay off to kind of stick with it. And I think the results are... I think I'm very happy with the results. It's not an easy song. Has a lot of lyrics in it, and a lot of the lyrics are very kind of they're not very direct. You're gonna have to dig into them, get into them, and sometimes I like writing songs like that. Sometimes I like writing just like a direct stories, or sometimes I like saying things exactly the way they are. But these ones are the ones that put up the biggest fight. And once they're done, it is a great feeling, because you got one of those songs that you just know that even like years to come, you'll come back to the song and go like, yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of that song. And this is one of those songs. The lesson here is, if the song puts up a fight with you when you're writing it and you stick with it, it will pay off. I know it's too easy to just put the guitar down or whatever you're doing and walk away and come back to it later and see what happens. But sometimes there's something about that first time you write that song. If you can fight through that process, I believe the results will be better. That's my personal experience anyway. It's like recording. Like if you record one day something and then you can continue the same thing, there's just little things that change. Like even that you left the microphone exactly where it was. It's whatever way you attack the instrument or sing, or it just doesn't sound the same. Like it's better to get it on a one take or one sitting. You know, if you need to fix something, fix it right there. I think there's something similar with songs sometimes. Like I know some people spend a lot of time coming up with the songs and it works for them, but personally for me, I feel that there's something about that moment that when that thought comes into your mind and you follow it, and if you follow it all the way through, it's more kind of coherent song than just being like a different parts here and there. That's my take on it. We haven't talked about songwriting for a while, so yeah, that's my take on it. Try it out, and if you're a songwriter, let me know in the comments what your process is like. Do you finish songs in one go, or do you take your time writing them, or what does your process look like? I'd like to hear. Anyway, gotta record this demo. Okay, guitar's done. Gonna throw down quick vocals. This might not be the final ones, but give it a go. See how it goes. Once again I woke up just before the sunrise. I must have got lost on my way home. I don't know where I've been, but it must have been a fair fight. Got blood on my knuckles, but no broken bones. Sweet. You just get this feeling once in a while that this is going to be a good one, and every time you kind of commit to the song as it is a good one, but then once in a while I get this kind of extra special feeling. So, right, guys, let's talk about this week's song. Before we go any further, a couple of days ago I posted a vlog about where I mentioned that one of my pictures was taken. Somebody posted one of my pictures on Instagram, and it raised up a lot of conversation about this subject. So thanks for joining the conversation, and it's an interesting subject. So I will be bringing out a vlog about that subject, because as a result I ended up looking into a lot of the legalities of it, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions there of what you legally are allowed to post and what you're not, and probably most of us don't know that we're breaking the law very often. That's in the future. Right now, let's talk about this week's song. This week's song is called Medicine Man. And this week's song is one of those, I hate to categorize anybody into any kind of categories, but this week's song is what I very often do see and I've witnessed, and I've done the same mistakes myself, as we as men tend to have this bad habit of sabotaging relationships. And don't get me wrong, I've seen women do it as well, but this is, I suppose, written more from men's perspective than anything else. And it's about how we gotta get into those situations where we got a good thing going, you know, life is going on the right track and everything's going well, and then we just got this, something inside of us just goes, and we just, you know, we go mad. We go out and we you know, do stupid things, drink ourselves senseless, or, you know, some people do drugs, some people whatever. It can be 100 different million things, but it's a lot to do with what I think is look, I'm not justifying this behavior in any kind of way. I'm more trying to explain where I believe that it might come from. I genuinely do believe that there's a massive void in today's society, where if you go to places where there still are very strong communities, people seem to somehow be happier because they have somewhere where they belong. They have some kind of purpose in that community. They have their own, they play their part in that community, and they feel that they can contribute to that community. I think quite a lot of us these days are missing that, because, you know, we barely know our neighbors these days, you know, especially when you live in bigger cities or close to bigger cities. You don't have the same sense of community, and I think that very often leaves kind of a whole lot of us, and men are kind of hunter-gatherers, and, you know, we do feel the need to provide, but even that you have, you know, your own, maybe you have your own family, or, you know, you have a relationship, we don't have the same sense of belonging to something bigger. And I think that kind of, it brings up, it's not as much rebellion, it's just like this need to, you know, let steam off once in a while, and unfortunately it results in very kind of strange ways, which very often is like, you know, being stupid and, you know, drinking yourself senseless or whatever. But what happens then is when we do, you know, come to our senses, which often is mixed with you know, guilt and massive hangover, our way of trying to deal with it usually just makes things worse. And that's kind of, those are the kind of things that were rolling around my head when I was thinking of this song. I think with age you do kind of come a little bit of more sense into you of, you know, you start to kind of recognize your limits, and, you know, and accept them, I suppose, more than you don't go the same way at least I've noticed it personally for me. I don't go on the search of trying to find a solution in bottom of the bottle or something like that, which I'm very, very happy that I don't do that anymore. There was a time that it was hard to get me out of bars, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Like, I don't mean it in a way that you shouldn't drink. No, not at all. Like, you have a drink if as long as it doesn't become a problem, as long as you don't start doing stupid things when you're drunk, and as long as you know your limits, it can be a good release of certain tension from time to time. I personally, I do occasionally drink, but it's more rare these days. Maybe on holidays or something like that. But I'm very aware of holding back that little bit. That I do like being in control these days. So yeah, the song "Medicine Man." It's all about those emotions and those kind of weird places that it can drag us, and trying to cope with those demons within us. And I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this song. In a way, I hope that not many, but unfortunately, I think quite a lot of you can. Or if you know somebody who might, please do share the song with them. And as always, the song is up on my Bandcamp page. Please go and download it. You can stream it from there, but you can also download it from there. So you can grab a copy and save it to your phone. I believe at least on iPhone, if you have the Bandcamp app, you can actually download it from there and it'll save it into your Apple Music. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Go check it out, Medicine Man. All the links are below in the description. So check it out and let me know what you think. As always, I'd like to know your thoughts. And yeah, that's about it. Talk to you more later on. Okay, today ended up being quite a productive day. Got the song done, and now I'm on my way to the border house. And hopefully get something to eat. I'm starving. Should be good afternoon. Hey, medicine man, your drugs don't kill the hunger that burns inside of me. Hey, medicine man, staring truth in the eyes, still I'm too blind to see.